something good for yourself. Give your home a new look. At Kazine's Furniture in Evanston, their friendly staff will help you make your home a peaceful and beautiful place to be. Comfortable furniture, appliances, artwork, lighting, and accessories work together to create an enjoyable and inviting atmosphere in your home. Make your living and sleeping space a wonderful place to be with brands like Serta, Ashley, GE, and more. Visit Kazine's Furniture, 941 Front Street, Evanston.
The very best place to stay when you visit Evanston, Wyoming is the Best Western Dunmar Inn. This amazing hotel is located on 10 beautiful acres and offers clean, comfortable rooms with amazing beds, a fitness center, an outdoor pool, open in the summer, and a wonderful on-site restaurant that provides a complimentary breakfast with every stay, all at an affordable rate. Whenever your travels bring you to Evanston, Wyoming, make all your room reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn, 1601 Harrison Drive.
Farming requires working with the right equipment. At Covelo Auto Farm Service, you will find the right size tractor, tractor accessories, cattle chutes, and calf corrals for all your farming needs. Covelos has all your auto needs as well. From fluids to belts to protection for your hands, they've got you covered. Covelos also offers a service center for your truck and tractors in one convenient location. Covelos is your one-stop farm and auto shop. Stop in and see them today at 80 Reese Road in Lyman. Covelos Auto Farm Service.
The tires you drive on matter. Tire quality and condition affect overall safety and how your vehicle performs. Having the right air pressure in your tires even affects gas mileage. Don't trust your tires to just anybody. Choose Freeway Tire to handle all your vehicle maintenance, including regular tire checks and rotation. When it comes to your vehicle, choose the team that really knows tires. Freeway Tire in Evanston. Stop in today.
With 25 years of successful industry experience, Mountain West Business Solutions looks forward to providing all of our customers with exceptional service, industry-leading technology, and a one-of-a-kind buying experience. Having your office equipped with the right technology makes all the difference in the world. With a lower cost per print, we will supply you with the right technology for the best price. Great people, great products, and great service. Mountain West Business Solutions.
Precision, the quality, condition, or fact of being exact and accurate.
Precision is important. Scoring the next point, making the perfect shot, getting the best score. And when you think of your dentist, you want precision to be the first word that comes to mind. That's why patients are so pleased with Dr. McKay Frankum. He provides precision family dentistry at reasonable prices to every patient. Dr. McKay Frankum, call today for an appointment.
Call Dr. McKay Frankum at 789-8910.
Explore Logan, Utah. We've got so much awesomeness, I don't know where to begin. Your hotel is only 10 minutes from the gorgeous National Forest for hiking and biking, birdwatching, and wildflower spying. Logan is Utah's heart of the arts with more than 253 live professional performances this summer and free concerts every weekday. Catch the Gardeners Market and tons of festivals and fun. Head to Logan. You won't break the bank on less than a tank. ExploreLogan.com.
And welcome back in as we head into Game 4 here on this Thursday. Dan Hubbard along with the rest of the crew here as we bring you this afternoon's game. As today it's Rock Springs Stallions playing their first of two games here today as they'll take on the Sugar City Blue Sox, who play the second half of their doubleheader here on this Thursday as they are down exchanging lineup cards and doing the flip to see who's going to be the home team for the game here today as we get ready for the game. As the first pitch should be coming up here in just a couple of minutes as the Blue Sox are down in the dugout just kind of hanging out in the sun after already putting in a game. They just lost to the Razorbacks just a few minutes ago. Like I said, they still have another game coming up after this one is done today. For Sugar City, they lost yesterday to Rigby 6-0, and then they also just lost to the Razorbacks. So teams, they're starting to shape up as some of these number of games are running out before the elimination round starts here tomorrow.
Yeah, there's a lot of games and kind of teams that we're starting to see form into, okay, where is everybody going to shake out? They're going to go to the gold bracket, the silver bracket, and we're starting to kind of see those 0-2 teams, seeing if they can get that one win in their third game, or if they fall to 0-3, where will they play in the silver bracket?
So it looks like Sugar Springs has won the toss, or I should say Sugar City has won the toss, and they will be the home team here against Rock Springs here in the game, getting underway in just a couple of minutes. So let's squeeze in the starting lineups here today. Your starting lineups are brought to you by Heritage Auto of Evanston. As for the Rock Springs Stallions, they will line up this way as Maddox Ice will lead off, and he'll be in center field. Steve Harmon is the left fielder. He'll hit second. Ryan Zeedy is the designated hitter. He'll hit third. Landon Oliver hits fourth. At shortstop, Preston Herrera is the right fielder, and he will bat in the 5 spot. Jackson Reese hits sixth, and he will be at first base. Hayden Bledsoe is the catcher, batting 7th. Jason Sagastar, I know I pronounced that wrong, but I apologize. We'll get that right for you. He'll be at third base, and Damon Valerio is the second baseman. He will bat in the number 9 spot. For Sugar City, the Blue Sox line up this way as Jackson Farmer is the catcher. He'll hit first. Cooper Garner is a center fielder batting second. Wyatt Telford, the pitcher for the game here this afternoon, is he will hit in the 3 spot. Dylan Wagstrom is the third baseman batting fourth. Trevin Butterforo is the second baseman, and he will bat in the 5 spot. Dax Crapo is the first baseman hitting 6. Isaiah Gordo bats 7th. At shortstop, Carter Tonks is the left fielder. He'll hit 8th. And Boston Rupert is the number 9 hitter, and he will be in right field this afternoon for this game, as it is Wyatt Telford going through his warm-up tosses, the left-hander getting ready for the game, as today's game is also brought to you in part by our friends at Modern Woodsman Financial of America, with locations in Brigham City, Tremonton, Logan, Vernal, Evanston, and in Diamondville, Wyoming, as they'll also help bring you our scoreboard today, as we are just about ready to play ball here this afternoon. As Maddox Ice walks to home plate, and we'll get the game underway, as the game will start here this afternoon at 3:35 under sunny skies, warm temperatures, as it's 90 degrees right now as we get ready for the first pitch of the game.
That's a hot one.
It is a warm one. As the left-hander Telford comes home, and the first pitch is up high, ball 1, as he works out of the stretch, even though there is no one on base. But a lot of guys do that now. That's really not all that out of the ordinary anymore, as the 1-0 pitch is down low, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to open up the game.
It'll be interesting to see how Sugar City comes out here after having the run rule against them in the Razorbacks. It ended up playing almost 2 hours anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. But, however, it's kind of interesting to go from that to a new game.
So here's the 2-0 pitch. That misses outside, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. But the other situation that didn't change from the first game is that there are 9 players. That's it.
Yeah, they don't have any subs at all, so it's everybody on deck.
As the 3-0 pitch misses high, ball 4, as Maddox Ice, their leadoff man, walks to open up the ball game. Yeah, there's just nobody available. There's a lot of things happening this weekend with summer football camps getting underway, also summer basketball leagues going on. They're getting underway as well, as Madison was in the same situation earlier today. They had 10 players available to them, but only 9 for Sugar City. So Wyatt goes out of the stretch, as the first pitch is hit foul off the first base side, and Wyatt Telford jumps in front. No balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, we saw Wood River yesterday had 1 sub, and immediately they had to use him in the catcher slot as well after their catcher had a ball hit off his face mask.
Yeah, so it's kind of a tough time. Of course, a lot of areas don't have the kind of numbers they'd like to see baseball-wise anyway. So there's a deep roster is kind of hard to come by. Next pitch, a little breaking ball. That's over for a strike, and Telford jumps ahead. No balls and 2 strikes.
I think that's what makes this tournament so much fun, because you can see teams that don't have any subs and they can be great. You can see teams with tons of subs and they could struggle. And ultimately, you're going to find different games every single time. And the best part about baseball, no matter what happens in the game before, you get to try again right after it most of the time, and kind of allows your mind to reset.
The 0-2 pitch, breaking ball, backs Harmon off the plate a little bit. And it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the other games that have happened here on Halliwell Field today, earlier this morning, it was Malad knocking off the Pocatello Rebels, as there goes the runner, and the pitch is over for a called third strike, but stealing second base was Maddox Ice, and he's there now with 1 out. So Harmon goes down looking for the first out of the inning, and now here is Ryan Zaddy, the designated hitter here this afternoon, as he'll step in from the right side. So Ice is at second, getting a little bit of a short lead as they kind of hold him on there. Breaking pitch is whacked to left, as coming up was Tonks. Now he's got to go back. He's there, makes the catch, and that's 2 outs.
Yeah, just an easy fly ball. Didn't have to do too much in there. A good first step back, and then took that 1 step in. And obviously the Stallions here trying to push across that run in the first inning. And you look at this Sugar City team, they didn't allow a run in the first inning last game too, so hopefully they can try and do the same thing.
Landon Oliver will now come up. Landon, the shortstop, as Telford back out of the stretch again and comes home with the first pitch. Breaking ball stays. Nope, gets the corner call from the home plate umpire, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, they've liked that outside part, and Sugar City knows that if they can keep hitting that, they're going to have a good day.
Game of the day on this field was Madison beating Evanston in the second game of the day, 2-1, in what was a great contest, as that pitch swung on and missed, and it's now 0-2. And as we mentioned, Sugar City just losing to the Razorbacks on a run rule, losing 12-2 the final. So no balls and 2 strikes, and Telford comes home 0-2 as it's outside. Nice little slide job to knock that pitch down as Farmer keeps it in front of him, and the runner stays at second base now with a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Oliver climbs back in from the right side, and the pitch home. Breaking ball misses outside. As the bad throw back to the mound as they go to third base, not in time. As the ball bounced off of Telford's glove on the bad return throw from the catcher, and it'll go as an error that allows Ice to move up to third base.
Yeah, it's always the importance of making sure literally every single throw is in a positive part.
Sorry, I thought that was a bee on my head. As the next pitch popped up in the infield. This should do it, as it's Telford right on the mound, able to make the catch for the out, and the side is retired here in the top of the first inning. No runs, no hits, a walk, as Ice got as far as third base, but couldn't go no further as he is left there here in the top of the first inning. After a half inning of play, it is Rock Springs nothing, and Sugar City coming to the bat for the first time here this afternoon in their back half of their doubleheader. This is the Pocatello Wood Bat Tournament, brought to you by the folks here at MyLocalRadio.com and the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Distracted driving is dangerous, but some people just can't seem to help themselves. There's the steering wheel propper, the sneak-a-peeker, the fast roller, the nightlighter. And it's not long until they become the fender benderer, the got-a-ticketer, the veering off the road, the driver who kills someone. Enough with the phones already. Just put them down.
At Reese Auto Service in Lyman, you will find highly skilled mechanics who will get the job done right the first time. They work on anything from light line jobs of tire alignments, suspension work, and oil changes to heavy line jobs of engine replacement, differentials, and all powertrain components. Make sure all your recreational vehicles are working at top speed by getting them checked at Reese Auto Service in Lyman so your time having fun doesn't end early. Reese Auto Service, 541 State Highway 413, Lyman.
All right, bottom of the first inning, no score as the Sugar City Blue Sox come up for the first time here in this game, as it is Griffin Grains, the right-hander, on the mound here for Rock Springs as he's going through his warm-up tosses. As we'll remind you that today's game is brought to you by Evergreen Financial Partners. When you're planning your financial future, trust the experts at Evergreen Financial Partners, with offices here in Pocatello at 450 East Day Street, Suite 450, and a new office in Preston as they have moved. You can now find them at 713 South 4th East, Suite number 200. That's near the south end of town in Preston as well. And remember, you can always set your appointment too online at evergreenfinancialpartners.com. Or check that, .net, I should say. So it's Jackson Farmer, Cooper Garner, and Wyatt Telford due up for Sugar City here in the bottom of inning number 1, as the first pitch is rolled foul up along the first base side, by Jackson Farmer. Farmer, who was hitless in the first game, he was 0 for 2. He had struck out and flew out in the game, and trying to get something going here in the bottom of inning number 1. Graves ready, comes back to Hopper, right back through the middle, and it's going to be into center field, base hit, and Farmer has his first hit of the day. And the first hit here in the second game today for the Blue Sox, and they have the leadoff man aboard here in the bottom of the first inning, as here is Cooper Garner. Garner hit down in the 6th spot in their first game today. Now he bumps up to number 2 in the lineup, as he had one hit. He was 1 for 2 in the game, as they scored only 2 runs and really were offensively really shut down very well in that game by the Razorback offense, or I should say the pitching staff. As they go to first base, now they turn around and go back to first base again, and once again Farmer able to dive back into the bag, back in on his hands and knees.
Yeah, it was Tyler Adams over there who really kind of just shut them down as the Razorbacks were feeling it.
First pitch home, fastball on the corner for a strike to Garner, and it's 0-1. So for Sugar City, looking for their first win after they've lost a couple of times. This would be their final game of the round robin portion of the tournament.
Nope.
Hold
on,
we got a shoe untied over there at first base. It would take much too long to take off not only the batting glove, but also that sliding mitt, glove. That thing they now wear. It looks more like an oven mitt that your mom might have in her kitchen.
Hey, it's hot out here. Maybe they want to get some fries after.
I guess so.
Got to get something out of the oven.
As the next pitch misses outside again, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. You know, anything you can do to help over there. You must, help them tie up a shoe.
You're a first base coach. Your job is to wear the gear they give you and tie shoes.
That's right. Outfield straightaway, fairly shallow. As the next pitch home to Garner, breaking ball has him kind of bailing out of there. He takes it on the inside corner for a strike, and it's now 1-2. For the Blue Sox from Sugar City, they come in, of course, wearing that same Blue Jays replica jersey they wore in the first game, along with the white pants. As the next pitch swung on and missed, as Garner chases one a little off the plate and goes down on strikes. That's the first out here in the bottom of the first inning. So Telford records his first strikeout here this afternoon. Sorry, wrong one. Graves, I should say, records his first strikeout. My bad. And now here is Wyatt Telford. As Telford swings and foul tips the ball back into the catcher's glove, and it's 0-1.
We'd love to get on the board early here, especially after having a tough game last outing. If you can get on the board early, get yourself some confidence in that dugout, that'd feel nice for Sugar City.
Telford was 0 for 3 in the first game, reached on errors a couple of times, little roller to the right side. Second baseman has it there, flips it across in time for the second out. So there's 2 outs as Farmer moves up to second base on the ground out. And here is Dylan Wolstrom, who will come up. There were 2 outs and a man at second base. So here's Wolstrom. Wolstrom struck out, grounded out, and then doubled late in the game. He was 1 for 3, hits the first pitch, little roller up along the first base side as the first baseman steps on the bag, and gone with 3 outs here in the bottom of the first inning are the Blue Sox. No runs. They did have 1 hit, and they have a man left over at second base as well. We're done with an inning, no score in the game, as it's Blue Sox nothing and the Stallions nothing here on the My Local Radio Sports Network and on mylocalradio.com.
Out here, we've always worked remote. Out here, stress usually refers to the pull on a rope. Where a stroll in the city is also a stroll in the great outdoors. Where work is a way of life, and life is good. Out here, the backyards are big, and the deals, they're even bigger. This is southwestern Wyoming, and it's where you can get the biggest deals on a vehicle you want with plenty of hometown hospitality. Heritage Auto, your hometown dealer with the biggest deals.
Friends don't let friends drink bad coffee. Come visit For Pete's Sake for fresh-made coffee, an amazing menu of home-cooked meals, and great company. Visit For Pete's Sake on the corner of 9th and Main, downtown Evanston.
Neither side able to come up with any runs here in the first inning, so we'll move along to the second. Dan Hubbard along with Jace Andrews with you here this afternoon from Halliwell Field. Still with 2 more games coming up to be played here tonight, as it'll be Rock Springs as they'll bounce right back and play the second half of their doubleheader today, as they'll take on Blackfoot 2 on the way. And then the final game of the day with about an 8:30 first pitch tonight, it'll be Hillcrest as they'll take on Blackfoot 2. Telford, again, taking his time going through his warm-up tosses. It's funny, you know, the umpires are always in such a hurry to get the game started that most times they'll start it early and then allow the pitchers to take way too much time to go through their warm-up tosses between each half inning, and really ends up becoming a wash anyway.
Well, and it's kind of harder because, especially with this, there's a 2-hour time limit. There is nothing you can do about that. So that time gets added no matter what. I mean, if you're a player, I guess you also just kind of think about that in some ways.
So Preston Hardy will lead it off. He'll be followed by Jackson Reese and then Hayden Bledsoe as the first pitch misses outside, ball 1 ball and no strikes. As the next pitch is rolled back through the middle, second baseman has it near the bag and stumbles, can't make a throw. Should be an infield hit.
Yeah, I think you got to give that one a hit there.
So the leadoff man aboard. Now here is Jackson Reese, the first baseman. As they go to first base and back to the bag over there is Hardy. As Reese at the plate with those long curly black locks hanging out the back of his batter's helmet. As the breaking ball over for a strike, and it's 1-1. One ball, one strike. As each team kind of becoming a common theme here today, as most of the teams playing on this field looking for their first wins of the tournament. As at next pitch is 1 ball, 1 strike count as Reese heads down to talk to the first base coach. I believe it's 2-1.
I'm going to say 2-1. He'll probably get a non-number count here. Put up those fingers, Blue.
Let me get the home plate umpire to
All right, cool. I'm going to go 2-1.
Check things out for us. I believe it is 2-1. I believe you're correct.
I think it's 2-1.
Shows bunt, pops it up, comes right back. Nice play by Telford. Wheeling, sprawling throw back over to first base. And a nice play by Reese to come off the bag and keep it from going down the right field line.
I love the effort, but if that ball flies into right field, you don't have a right fielder in sight over there as he's kind of tailing to the left on a pull side. That goes past the first baseman. You're talking a guy going to third. So love the effort, love the aggressiveness. Just be careful.
So the runner's still at first base. Now here's Hayden Bledsoe, the catcher, as he takes the first pitch. That's outside, ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. The thing about Telford, through the first inning and a third plus, he has started just about all the hitters the same, but he's starting from behind in the count as that pitch is hit rolled foul, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, that was kind of a problem in the first game with Sugar City, as they just seemed to get behind in the count, and that allowed the other opposing team, in that case the Razorbacks, to almost sit fastball.
The 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball, drops that on the inside half, and it's now 1-2.
Well, as we talk about it, Telford has a good pitcher's count.
Well, he has a pretty good breaking pitch. It's just starting it again and again and again in to lead off the first pitch to every hitter. And they tend to know what's coming as that pitch is on the inside corner, strike 3 called.
Didn't know it was coming there. Goodness, that was a very good pitch slider as it goes all the way across the zone. And I think it was going to be a good eye, but it just catches the inner part.
So here is Jason Sagastari.
I think it's Sagastumi.
Thank you. I was
about to say, I've heard this name. I've heard this name before in my head. I heard Aaron and Anthony talking. I'm pretty sure it's Sagastumi.
And I appreciate that because I was fishing for that big time and it just wouldn't come. So Sagastumi up there in the first pitch is, again, they go a little breaking pitch outside, a little harder that time, but still misses down and away, and he's going to have to start from behind in the pitch sequence here to Sagastumi. Runner at first base, led off the inning, and 2 outs later he's still there. The pitch to Sagastumi's rolled foul, and it's no ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, they ought to know. I mean, they see Sagastumi a lot playing in their broadcast for the Evanston Outlaws that they do back home.
Well, that's what I heard them saying over there. We had Rock Springs when we went to a game a couple weeks ago, so I was like, I believe that's what it is. Well,
big chopper back to the mound. It's off the glove of the pitcher Telford, and everyone's going to be safe.
It was hit too hard. I mean, the glove was there. It just bounced off the edge of it.
Got just high enough to where Telford couldn't quite get the glove high enough in the air to make the play. And Sagastumi has an infield hit. Runners at first and second, 2 outs, and that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Damon Valero. So Valerio at the plate with 2 outs and 2 on. And the first pitch to him, breaking ball, misses up high, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. You know, it's almost like they have a certain pitch sequence that they like to live by as he comes home with another breaking pitch as this one's rolled foul. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
For now, it's probably okay. You get into the lineup a second time. You get the lineup a third time. They start to realize, okay, I saw the slider. Here comes a fastball. Okay, this is that. You get the pitch sequence starting to kind of rack your brain. Now, if you're going to switch it, that's great. But for now, it'll be okay.
As the next pitch hit in the air, left field, that's playable. As Tanks goes back, still there, and he makes the catch for the out. And the Stallions are gone here in the top of inning number 2. They get a couple of hits, but they leave both men on base after an inning and a half. Still scoreless. It is the Stallions nothing and the Blue Sox nothing on the My Local Radio Sports Network and on mylocalradio.com.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
It's lunchtime, and I'm stuck at the office.
Jackalope. The big game is on. I can't miss it just to pick up groceries.
Jackalope.
Mom, I need supplies for my school project.
Jackalope.
Doing the hopping for your shopping. Jackalope Delivery. 307-679-7174.
Jackalope.
No score as we go to the bottom of inning number 2 as the Sugar City Blue Sox come back up as they will send up batters 5, 6, and 7 here in the bottom of inning number 2 as this is when the tournament starts to become a little bit more subjective rather than looking at a schedule, as they get ready to start pairing teams up for the elimination round, which gets started tomorrow morning.
Yeah, and you already know that there's some brains being put together right now thinking, okay, we've got about 3 games left on the big field. We've got 2 on the smaller field right now, and obviously 2 of those are going on. So you're kind of thinking, okay, scenario-wise, if this happens in that game, we're going to have this, and just starting to kind of place teams in the elimination games as those start bright and early tomorrow at 10:30. So a little bit later than the normal games we've seen these past 2 days, but still going to be a long day of baseball. 5 games at the big field, 3 at the small field before we'll have the games on Saturday with the semifinals and championships.
So Trevin Beautifer will lead it off as the first pitch is hit to center, but that's right at Maddox ice. Didn't even hardly have to move. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Yeah, that's tough. You put the ball and the bat in the right spot, but it just goes right to somebody, and that's the bad part of baseball. You can do everything right, and it's going to be an out.
Dax Crapo will now come up.
He was the pitcher last game at the very end of it, so see what he does after here, getting the bat back in his hands.
Crapo 0 for 2, popped up, took a called third strike back in the first game as Graves ready. And another pitch off his glove near the second base. The shortstop can't quite pick it up cleanly, and Oliver will have to just stick it in his pocket, and that's an infield hit.
Yeah, for Oliver there, it kind of stinks because you got to it, you had a chance, but it just kind of popped out of the glove.
So with 1 out, second base runner of the game for the Blue Sox, and now here is Isaiah Gordo. Now we saw Isaiah's older brother earlier today as he pitched a heck of a game against Evanston. Didn't figure in the final decision, but boy, what a contest he spun up there.
Yeah, that's by far the game of the day thus far. 2-1 with all 3 runs being scored in the 6th.
First pitch over for a strike. It's 0-1 on Gordo. Next pitch is up high. 1 ball, 1 strike. I ran into him when I ran out to get lunch. as he and one of his teammates were actually at a restaurant over in the downtown area, and had a chance to talk to him for a couple of minutes as the next pitch is up high again, ball 2, 2-1. Got a chance to talk to him and told him, congratulations on such an outstanding effort on the game that he turned in.
Yeah, that was a great game.
The 2-1 pitch looped along the right field line. It's going to fall just foul. So everybody will come back and it'll stay. Rather, it will go to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Couple of feet foul there. Again, with these wood bats, it's a lot about just making contact because good things can happen. And we've seen so many times today just bloopers, Texas Leaguers, little looping line drives that have just found holes in big hits in big slots. And just getting the bat and the ball is the big thing.
Crapo back to first base. The 2-2 pitch misses outside. Now runs the count full, 3-2 with only 1 out. Here in the bottom of inning number 2. We're scoreless so far here in the game. Graves ready. Here's the 3-2 offering. It's up high, ball 4. So Gordo heads down to first base, having walked. Now there's runners at first and second, and that'll bring up the left fielder, Carter Tonks. For Tonks, 1 for 2, singled and flew out in that first game, that earlier game today. And first ball swinging, he pops it up right around home plate as the catcher Bledsoe able to put the squeeze on that. One pitch, and Tonks pops up to the catcher.
That was for the pitcher a good out there, because try and get something here with runners on first and second. You're still tied at 0-0, so the ability to get a one pitch out is huge.
So here's Boston Rupert for his first time at the plate as he takes the first pitch outside low, ball 1. Rupert, who got up twice in the previous game, who yet to put a ball into play as he struck out twice, once swinging and once looking, as they bluffed the back to second base, and hopping back on the bag out there was Crepo. Well, the outfield, they just continue to sneak in, and you look at them and go, man, they're playing really shallow, and you just hope that the ball doesn't go over their head.
I think it's hard in this because we've seen some pretty good hits throughout the tournament, and there's obviously kids and guys who can really mash the ball with the wood bat, but at the same time, this is a lot of kids' first time using the wood bat, so you kind of just got to see if that respect is warranted yet.
They go back to second base, and it's Crepo back on the bag. The one thing that you cannot tell here is the flag is not up on the flagpole, which flies off the third base side and then back a little bit. Is normally about this time of the day, the wind starts to pick up as the pitch to Rupert is hit foul back into the screen. It's 2-1. And the predominant wind will blow from the left field line out toward right center field. So a ball hit up in the air at this time of the day is really going to become treacherous for the right fielder, because likely it's going to be over his head and force him to go back on the ball.
Yeah, well, the sun's going to start to be in his eyes here too.
As the next pitch is high, goes to the backstop, and both runners will move up 90 feet. So the wild pitch puts runners at second and third.
We've seen time and time again, as soon as that sun kind of crosses over the press box to our left, starts to kind of become a problem for that right side of the infield / right fielder, and as it goes down more, that first baseman is put into a tough spot at a certain time.
As again, the pitch is high, ball 4, now load the bases. So a pair of walks in the inning as Rupert draws a walk, and we'll go back to the top of the order in Jackson Farmer, who singled his first time up. Now, I don't want to come off sounding like a weatherman, but you get to this point in the afternoon and the air gets to be its hottest. And what happens to hair when it gets hot, it rises. As the first pitch to Farmer was popped up, as the pitcher able to put that away. We'll come back and talk more about weather in the Pocatello area when we come back.
Let's go.
No runs, 1 hit as the Blue Sox leave the bases loaded, and we are done with 2, and we are still scoreless here on the My Local Radio Sports Network and on MyLocalRadio.com.
Hiking in the summer, hunting in the fall, and sledding in the winter are a vital part of living in Lyman, Wyoming. Visiting the historic Heritage Park with its splash pad and updated playground are a must for summertime activities. Visit the new Frisbee Golf Course and make new memories with your family and friends. The town of Lyman is a quiet, peaceful place with some of the best residents in the state. Stop in today and make some new friends and memories that will last forever.
Dad, I feel like I got something in my eye.
Let me have a look. Natural protective features of the eye, such as eyebrows, eyelids, eyelashes, and tears, are not always enough. I've been helping people for 14 years, removing anything from metal, glass, or plastic from their eyes. I've even removed a bug that flew into my own eye. At Uinta Eye and Vision, we can help you find the perfect eye protection for playing sports or performing hazardous work to help prevent eye injuries.
Call Uinta Eye and Vision today to schedule your appointment to protect your precious eyesight. Uinta Eye and Vision, 307-789-3937.
All right, we are scoreless through 2 innings. In fact, the Blue Sox have 2 hits in the game, and the Stallions from Rock Springs still looking for their first hit of the game, as they've had. I take it back. They've had a couple of hits. My bad. They've had 2 hits in the game. So here as we go to inning number 3, the Stallions will start from the top of the order. Maddox Ice, Steve Harmon, and then Ryan Zeddy, the designated hitter. Anyway, our conversation about hot air, no, I'm not talking about me doing play-by-play.
You're doing great.
We're actually, it's just the natural weather phenomenon on how wind is created. When air starts to get hot, it can only do one thing, and that's rise. It has to go up. And so there has to be a corresponding cooler air source to rush in and fill that void, and that's how wind is created. And that's generally how the wind starts to pick up later in the afternoon here around the ballpark and takes it from the left field side out toward right center field. And if the flag was up, and it's a large flag, and just to get that thing fully extended, the wind has to be blowing about 20 miles an hour, and oftentimes it fully is. And so here's Maddox Ice, and the first pitch is swung on and missed. And we told you during the break, if I was Maddox Ice, I would come up looking off-speed breaking pitch, and that's exactly what he got, and he swung through it.
Yeah.
Here comes the 0-1. Again, they go back off speed again, and he swings through that one as well.
Back to talking about wind, is it bad that I'm 22 and that's the first time someone's explained wind to me?
No, not at all.
I had no clue how wind was created.
The only reason I know that is because I worked with a weatherman for 3 years, and he's still a very good friend of mine. As you know, we will look at weather situations. In fact, the general manager of the baseball team we worked for would often come to him, and he'd point it at clouds and go, "Are we going to get rain?" You know, like you just look at a cloud and see if we're going to get rain or not. As the wind starts to pick up just a little bit more, as the pitch to Ice is swung on and missed.
It does make sense why wind is always a little cooler, because it's the cool air rushing under the warm air.
So here comes Steve Harmon, who struck out his first time up. That strikeout is strikeout number 3 for Wyatt Telford. As long as you don't ask me to try to explain a negatively tilted diffluent trough, we're okay.
I don't even know what that is. So.
all I know is the name. I don't know what kind of weather situation it is.
Explain traffic to me. That never makes sense. Just drive.
Here's the next pitch home from Telford. Half swing, goes too far. It'll cost him, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. This is the same guy who taught me 2 phrases in Japanese he said would help me through life no matter what I did.
What an experienced guy.
Yeah, it's that pitch bounces up there. It's 2 balls and a strike. The two phrases that he taught me in Japanese: "Shampoosite kudasai," would you please shampoo me?
When would you ask that? I've not said that in English.
Exactly. The other one's even better. As the next pitch stays high, 2-2. Godzilla ga hagamasu, which means Godzilla's on the outskirts of the city.
I mean,
it's 3 balls and a strike, as that one is inside ball 4.
I hate to say
the 3-1 pitch, and Harmon will head down to first base.
I think I'm more likely to ask for somebody to shampoo me than about Godzilla.
You're probably right. But it does indeed come up in conversation. And I'll tell you why here in just a second. As here is the designated hitter, Ryan Zeddy. First pitch to Zeddy, breaking ball is up high, ball 1. We had a player that the Seattle Mariners signed to a minor league contract who was playing on our team, and he didn't really talk to very many people because he didn't speak much English. As a ball popped up short left, center fielder or left fielder, it'd be the left fielder Tonks battles that thing, 2 out of 3 falls, but finally able to make the catch for the second out.
Yeah, that was tough because the wind kind of caught it, and that cold air lifted it under and swirled it around in there.
So the Japanese guy, his name was Uni Kim, as Landon Oliver comes to the plate with 2 outs. Uni didn't talk to very many people because he didn't speak much English. So Rick walked by him one day in the clubhouse and said, "Uni, shampoosite kudasai, would you please shampoo me?" Well, being the good Japanese cultured kid that he is, as they go to first base and back to the bag is Harmon, Uni looks at him and just shakes his head and goes, okay, and starts to walk toward the showers. And Rick finally has to yell at him and say, no, Uni, no, I was kidding. Kidding.
I wonder what he'd have done if he said the other phrase.
As the ball popped up right around home plate, ball coming back down in foul territory, not able to make the play as Farmer. That's a tough play because he tried to play it the wrong way. If he would have turned around and put his back toward the pitcher's mound, the ball, with the rotation it has on it, it'll start to curve and come back to him. When he's standing facing the mound, the ball's going to break away from him, and it's going to be moving away from his glove the whole time he's trying to line it up.
It's a tough one, especially straight up in the air. You can't read that, and that's why you turn the back.
As the pitch rolled foul over by the third base dugout, and it's now 0-2. I worked with a couple of major league catchers, long experienced major league catchers in minor league baseball, and that's the first thing they teach guys coming up. On a pop-up foul right around home plate, you turn around and you put your back to the field and then locate the ball. Ground ball to third. Up with it over there is Holmstrom, and the throw to first is on a bounce, dropped by the first baseman, and that's going to allow Harmon to keep on running all the way to third base.
Yeah, smart base running by Harmon as, there's 2 outs, and that's exactly why you just keep going. The third baseman made the play. He's not on the bag. If it's a bouncer like it was, keep running.
So it'll be a foul, an error on the third baseman, Holmstrom, and then Harmon ends up going all the way to third base. Runners at the corners and 2 outs. And now here is Preston Harvey, who singled his first time up and is 1 for 1. 2 outs, top of the third, no score. Center fielder Garner sneaks way over into left center field, and the pitch swung on and missed, and it's 0-1. Now, time called as we're going to get just that quick. Looks like we're going to have a new pitcher coming in as the coach is walking out to the pitcher's mound. He's got a different glove in his hand. So they're going to exchange gloves with a couple of different people, and we're going to have a pitching change just like that with an 0-2 count and 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. So Telford will leave. We'll just dunk into timeout here real quick. We'll come back and tell you who the new pitcher is right after this on the My Local Radio Race Sports Network.
Buying or selling is a simple process if you're working with the right real estate agent. This is Bobby Dalzall, broker with Big Country Properties. We have agents serving both Lincoln and Uintah counties that can assist you with all of your real estate needs. We are the top listing and selling brokerage in the Bridger Valley and strive to be honest, hardworking, and thorough. Whether buying or selling, we make it happen. Call us today at Big Country Properties, 307-782-3556.
At the Evanston Walmart, you'll find all the tools students need to succeed. Our team is committed to providing quality products and an excellent shopping experience. Stop in today, 125 North 2nd Street, Evanston. Walmart. Save money, live better.
Our community. We love it, we live it, we support it. Trona Valley is your local credit union, and we're proud to invest in relationships that go far beyond banking. We're proud to invest in the lives of our young members and their participation in sports. You're champions in our community, and we're here to support you all the way, on a court, on the field, or elsewhere. Together, let's develop lifelong, successful financial habits. You got this. We're here for you. Trona Valley, member NCUA, TronaValley.com.
At Uintah County School District number 6, each student is important. Each student has different interests. Each student has unique talents and areas for growth and development. We love and appreciate each student, and we work hard to make sure we are meeting the needs of each student so that when we all come together, we create a powerful school district filled with individual students headed for success. Uintah County School District number 6 in Lyman. It's a great day to be an Eagle.
Do you want to further your education? Are you thinking of attending college? You can start now here in Evanston. Western Evanston out.
So Cooper Garner is the new pitcher, and he inherits an 0-2 count here on Preston Harvey. As that pitch misses outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bases, runners at first and third, I should say, with 2 outs here in the top of the third inning.
Well, this bat technically does belong to Telford, so whatever happens, this is his batter.
As the next pitch is swung on and missed, actually fouled into the glove, and the inning is...
balk.
Nope, no pitch. They called a balk. So the base umpire must have called the balk.
Yeah, the base umpire did. So the run comes.
So the run will come in to score as Harmon comes in and he'll spike the plate, and Oliver will head down to second base.
First run of the game on a balk. That's not exactly the way you'd like it, but if you're Rock Springs, you take it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, they'll take it, and they lead 1-0. So runner at second base, and coming home as Garner stumbles and falls on that slick turf pitcher's mound. And the count now evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Quickly right back again. The pitch outside runs the count full. Not only is that synthetic turf slick on the pitcher's mound, they kind of have a rule here at the ballpark where they're not allowed to wear spikes on that surface. As the pitch is outside and low, ball 4. So Harvey, after being down in the count 0-2, works a walk.
That walk is going to be attributed to Teller.
Yeah, so Telford is charged with the walk. Still can't close the book on him completely because Oliver standing at second base is still his responsibility.
Well, and so is he, because technically that's his batter. So that's also him up first. That's why there was yesterday somebody came off and had 4 inherited runs scored.
Yeah, exactly. So here is Jackson Reese as he takes the first pitch fastball for a strike, and it's 0-1. Reese popped up his first time up here in the game, but up there in a big situation, a run home and chance to pick up more with ducks on the pond here in the 3rd inning as he takes that pitch up high, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. So any more information for the useless and the sublime you'd like to know that was taught to me by a retired weatherman?
I know how tornadoes work.
The 1-1 pitch swung on and missed, and it's 1-2.
I'll tell you a fact. In my life, I've wanted to have 3 jobs. Sports broadcaster has been number 1, obviously, and that's why we're here now. The other 2, a weatherman and a marine biologist. They're the 3 jobs that I've thought about doing in my life.
As the breaking ball stays high, and the count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes.
So I used to watch Storm Chasers. I watched Weather Channel, so I knew a decent amount about weather, but I've never heard where wind came from for some reason.
The 2-2 offering bounces up there. Nice save by Farmer to keep it out in front of home plate. And the count now full 3-2, and time called as the home plate umpire walks out in front of home plate. Probably wants to check on Farmer, make sure he's okay, as he got that ball bounced up around his collarbone just to make sure he's okay. You know, of course, then earlier today we were talking about marine biologist, or maybe you weren't here. Maybe that was Aaron.
That was Aaron. I don't remember that.
we were talking about being a marine biologist.
Yeah, I love the water. So,
of course, we were talking about the marine biologist on the Seinfeld show. As the 3-2 pitch is low, ball 4, load the bases again. So back-to-back walks given up by Garner, loads the bases.
I bring up the catcher here. Got to get his gear off.
That walk is charged to Garner. The previous walk was charged to Telford. Now, with the bases loaded and 2 outs, chance to really break the game open, here comes Hayden Bledsoe. Bledsoe took a called 3rd strike his first time up. 1-0 Rock Springs here in the top of the 3rd. As first ball swinging, hits it foul down the right field side. It's 0-1. I can tell you that marine biologist appeared nowhere on my list. No way, no how. The 0-1 is up high. 1 ball and 1 strike.
You have a reason behind that? You seem pretty confident.
I do. And
You're not a fan of sharks or fish or something?
It all stems from the 1-1 pitch. Again, misses high. 2 balls and a strike.
From the 1-1 pitch.
It all stems from a friend of mine in school. His sister worked at a movie theater, and we're 15 years old, and she snuck us in to see Jaws. As that pitch misses outside.
I see where this is going.
It was behind Bledsoe, and it's now 3-1. Yep, so after I saw Jaws, never again. I wasn't a big beach-going guy anyway because I'm such fair skin, But after that, it was like, nope, I can do without the beach and never step foot in ocean water ever again. Thank you. the 3-1 down low, ball 4. So walk over a run. Bledsoe has his easiest RBI of the month as Harvey comes in. That makes it a 2-0 game.
Never step foot in the ocean again.
As they already paid one visit and they made the pitching change. Now they're going to go out and visit with Garner again.
Well, if this tells you anything, I watched Jaws for the first time in my life last year in Alaska. So I've been in water enough. I don't.
Yeah, not me. Pass.
Also, this is nothing against Jaws. Great movie. That shark is so fake.
Oh yeah,
it's
absolutely.
So obvious.
But back in the mid '70s,
oh, I'm sure it looked great.
It was very realistic.
Correct.
Especially to a 15-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Especially to a 15-year-old kid sitting in a dark movie theater with a lady sitting 2 rows behind you, yelling, "You better swim! Run! Swim! Get out of there!"
Yeah, my dad wouldn't go in pools after he watched it. So
big chopper over the mound on the first pitch. It's going to be fielded right near the bag as Farrow will step on the bag, and the inning comes to an end as the Stallions settled for 2 runs in the inning on no hits. There was 3 walks and an error in the inning, and they leave the bases loaded. But they get 2 as we'll head to the bottom of the third after 2.5. It's the Stallions 2 and the Blue Sox nothing here on the My Local Radio Sports Network and on mylocalradio.com.
Auto, home, life, renters, and business all have one thing in common. They all need insurance. Choosing the right agent is always hard. Choose the agent that takes a professional and individual approach to each client. At Farmers Insurance in Lyman, you will find that agent. Farrell is a down-to-earth person who loves hunting, fishing, and above all, his family. Come in and visit him and his friendly staff for a quote today at 37 Mountain Meadow Street, Suite B in Lyman.
At Y-Hi, We're With You is more than just 3 simple words. It encompasses the principles we live by to serve our members and local communities. So if you're looking to keep your banking relationships local with a partner who will always be there for you, look to us. We're Y-Hi. We're Wyoming. We're with you. Visit yhi.org to learn how you can be a part of something bigger today.
Well, after leaving the bases loaded last inning, Sugar City will come back up, now trailing 2-0, and they'll take their hacks again and see if they can get back on the board. As here in the bottom of the third inning, they'll send the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to the plate. That is Cooper Garner, Wyatt Telford, and Dylan Watterstrom, Wilstrom, I should say, as they'll come to the plate. So 2-0, and for the guys from Rock Springs, this will become a very interesting time for them as they're still trying to pick up their first win. They have another game coming up later tonight. And the way this process will work is the guys who run the tournament will get together tonight after the last game is over. And I know how they do this after having been here for 2 years previous. So they already have a pretty good idea on what the matchups were going to be at this point of the Thursday, and they're just looking for the confirmations they need, teams to lose that they need to lose to be able to finish out the bracket. Yeah,
in some ways.
So they have a pretty good idea of who's going to be playing who, but they're just waiting for the final games to get done just for the confirmations that they need. They'll text that information out about 1 or 2 in the morning, out to the coaches and to us as well at My Local Radio, so we'll have an idea on what games we're going to be covering and exactly what times they're going to play as we get ready for tomorrow.
Well, they might text us, but us will not be awake. I will.
Well, you never know, yeah. So here is Cooper Garner, the leadoff. First pitch swung on and missed. The 0-1 pitch hit in the air off the first base side. Giving chase is Reese, and able to chase it down and make the catch.
That was a good play. Outstretched arm, battling the sun and the wind across his body, and just kind of reaching that glove over.
So Garner fouls out. That's the first out. Now here is Wyatt Telford. Telford grounded out his first time up, 0 for 1. He'll turn around and hit from the left side. As Griffin Graves, stick to a 2-run lead, comes home and the first pitch hit foul. That's going to head back out toward the hamburger stand. And it's no balls and 1 strike. Hopefully it doesn't rattle around in the hamburger stand too much, because I know that's where Aaron was going to be hanging out this afternoon.
And he's taking a nap back there.
As the next pitch misses outside, there's 1 ball and 1 strike. Said something about laying under the pickle dispensary, whatever that meant. As that's sliced along the left field line, that's going to go foul, and it's now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Telford back up there. Graves ready again. The right-hander rocks, comes home, and the 1-2 pitch stays well high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Haven't seen any scores from the other field today. They've had some interesting matchups over there today as well. As that's going to be line foul just outside of first, and it stays. It goes, I should say, to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, it's hard because I can see the score. I just don't know who is who. It's 7-0 over there in the third. Who's playing?
Who's playing that game right now? That would be Green River and Jerome. As that pitch is on the corner, strike 3 call. Good pitch. Got it down and away from the left-handed hitter and on the corner, and he gets rung up. That's the second out of the inning. And the second strikeout for Gaines here in the game. So 2 outs. And here's Dylan Wallstrom as he takes the first pitch down and away. Ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. But as soon as we know and as early as we can possibly let you know, we'll have the matchups posted on mylocalradio.com, so you'll be able to look there and see when your team is going to play, or if you just in general just want to see what the matchups are going to be because you like listening to the games. We'll have all the games for you tomorrow starting at 10:30 tomorrow morning. As that pitch misses outside and it's ball 3, 3 balls and no strikes. And there will be a total of 8 games tomorrow. The 3-0 pitch, fastball for a strike, it's 3-1. There'll be 5 here on Halliwell Field and 3 over at Hawthorne. As big chopper past the mound, charging is Oliver from the cut of the grass. He'll straighten and throw across in time for the out, and the inning is over as Sugar City goes down 1-2-3 here in the third. We're done with 3. We'll head along to the 4th as after 3 innings, it is Rock Springs 2, Sugar City nothing on the My Local Radio Sports Network and on mylocalradio.com.
Hey, Dad, can I go play outside?
Yes, you can, but don't forget your sunglasses. Did you know that sunglasses with UV protection can help lower your risk of eye calluses, early cataracts, and macular degeneration? At Uinta Eye and Vision, we can help you find the perfect pair of prescription or non-prescription sunglasses from companies like Ray-Ban, Oakley, Maui Jim, and more. Call Uinta Eye and Vision today to protect your eyes from the sun.
Uinta Eye and Vision, 307-789-3937. Uinta Eye and Vision, 789 eyes.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in the industrial construction and support services since 1982. We have the crews and equipment for hydro excavation, dirt and equipment hauling, as well as produced and potable water hauling. We also offer septic tank cleaning services, portable toilets, and roll-off dumpster rentals for facility shutdowns, on location or for your next outdoor event. Call us today to discuss how we can help with your next project. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Cooper Garner ready to push off in his first full inning of work as he came in relief of Telford. Made it interesting, but he was able to get out of the inning as cheaply enough, only giving up a couple of runs, neither of which were charged to him. So you can now officially close the book on Wyatt Telford as far as the start goes. He went 2 2/3, gave up 2 hits and 2 runs, walked 3, struck out 3, and he is still the pitcher of record for the Sugar City Blue Sox, as he can either lose or have nothing to do with it if his team can come back and take the lead sometime over the next 4 or 5 innings. Damon Valerio will lead it off. Then back to the top of the order, Maddox Ice and Steve Harmon. Valerio flew out to left his first time up and takes the first pitch up high, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. And here on this Thursday afternoon, let's duck in some Major League scores here, as 4 games are already final today, and then all the rest of them getting ready to start a little bit later on this evening as the pitch is swung on and missed, and it's a ball and a strike to Valerio. As Atlanta picks up a win in Baltimore against the Orioles, 6-3, as they stifle the Birds as the pitch is up high. Ball 2, 2 balls and a strike.
Potential World Series matchup there.
Yeah, that's a pretty good matchup. I kind of like the Orioles and what they're doing. As that pitch is outside and low, runs it to 3-1. It was the Detroit Tigers. Don't tell Aaron this. He won't be able to live with them the rest of the night. The Tigers pick up a win at home as they beat the Washington Nationals 7-2. As that pitch again over on the inside half, now runs the count full, 3-2. Royals at home today hosting the Yankees, and Kansas City picks up a win at Kauffman Stadium, 4-3 the final, as the 3-2 pitch is up high to Valerio, and the leadoff batter's on with a walk. That's the 3rd walk charged to Garner since coming in. Now back to the top of the order, Maddox Ice will come up. Maddox has walked and struck out 0 for 1. And then also St. Louis gets a win at home as they beat the Pittsburgh Pirates by a score of 4-3. As they go to first base, and hopping back on the bag is Valerio. Everything else around baseball, at least, is scheduled to come up later on this evening. In fact, one game getting ready to start in just a little bit. First pitch to Ice is up high, ball 1. 1 ball with no strikes. I know you'll know the answer to this, but where's Boston playing tonight?
Philadelphia. They're not playing in Philadelphia, though.
It's at Fenway.
Yeah.
As the lined at the third baseman. He's got it. Throw back to first. It's bad throw on a bounce and gets away from Crepo. And that means that get up to his feet and tagging up is Valerio. Now he's going to keep on running to third, and he'll get there standing.
I mean, that's tough because that was such a great play. And if you throw that ball directly to the chest of the first baseman, that's easily a double play. Unfortunately, though, couldn't hit him. And now what was going to be just an easy out turns into a technically sacrificial lamb for a 2-base error.
So the error will go on the third baseman, Wilstrom. And with 1 out, there's a man standing at third base. Chopper back to the mound. Picks it up. Garner throws it to first in time for the out. And no advancement over there at third base by Valerio. So he's there now with 2 outs. So 2 outs, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Ryan Zetti, who's 0 for 2 this afternoon, having flown out to left field twice.
You want to go one further, it's Tanner Houck and Aaron Nola tonight, guys, with 2 of the best ERAs in Major League Baseball.
As the pitch to Zetti hits him on the left hip on the first pitch. It was a breaking ball. There was no malice involved there.
It was a misgrip.
As just a breaking ball that just rolled out of his hand without any bite to it. And down to first base goes Zetti, and there's runners at the corners. That'll be the first hit batter by Sugar City pitchers here in this game this afternoon. So here's Lando Oliver. Popped up, reached on an error. He's 0 for 2 in the game. It takes the first pitch, ball 1. So 2-0 Rock Springs. threatening for more here in the top of the fourth with runners at the corners and 2 outs. Garner comes home. That pitch is over for a strike. They bluff the throw to second base. No advancement by the runner at third, so it gives Zeddy a stolen base.
It's a smart move there. Move over. You have 2 outs. They're probably not going to throw down just because of the situation. And now a base hit. You score 2.
So Garner can go back to the windup now. Breaking ball. That misses just inside off the plate, and it's 2-1. Oliver's reached on an error, and he also popped up. A little pop-up that was handled by the pitcher in the infield as that pitch swung on and missed, and it's now 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. As Oliver takes a little walk around, now climbs back in, and Garner wasting no time. Look out, the 2-2 pitch is a big tumbling breaking pitch that goes over his head again, and the count now full, 3-2. Learning how to pitch is one thing. Learning how to find your release point is another. As the 3-2 pitch is hit foul, then along the right field line, it'll be out of play.
Learning how to keep that release point consistent when you start throwing curveballs, cutters, sliders, fastballs, different type of pitches, and having them at the same release point. That's a challenge.
Yes, it is. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Fastball. It was up in the zone, but swung on and missed as Oliver goes down on strikes, and Garner gets away with leaving a couple of men on base. No runs, no hits, a pair of walks, and 2 men left here in the inning as we'll go to the bottom of the fourth. After 3.5, it's still Rock City 2 and Rock Springs 2 and Sugar City nothing here on the My Local Radio Sports Network and on mylocalradio.com.
We offer rebates on energy-saving products and equipment for our customers. For example, your home's heating and air conditioning system draws significant amount of electricity during certain times of the year. We offer cash back for heat pumps, which use energy-efficient technology to heat and cool your home. We also offer rebates on appliances and smart accessories like smart plugs and smart switches. Really, for anything that draws electricity in your home, we usually have some type of rebate to offer you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
When participating in sports, there's always a lot to talk about performing at the top of your game. I'd like to expand on that and ask, how about performing at the top of your game in every part of your life? This is Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic. I offer solutions to help improve all aspects of your game called life. Pain management, migraines, allergies, emotional release, nutritional supplements based on blood tests, and improved athletic performance. To help you perform at the top of your game every day, call today to schedule an appointment in Evanston or in Kemmer. Hoover Chiropractic, 307-789-0043.
As we say hi to Dr. Hoover, missing him in Pocatello this week. He's been an assistant coach the last few years with the Outlaws, and just remembering him back home in Evanston here on this Thursday. It's the scoreboard throughout the games today is brought to you by Modern Woodsman Financial of America. You'll find them in Brigham City, Utah, Tremonton, Logan, Vernal, Evanston, Wyoming, and in Diamondville, Wyoming as well, as they help you bring you our scoreboard for the game here this afternoon. 2-0 Rock Springs as we go bottom 4 here, as the Blue Sox from Sugar City have had 2 hits in the game and still looking to get their first run and get on the board. First pitch is outside, ball 1. Trevin Butterford will lead off here as he flew out to center his first time up. The 1-0 pitch bounces up there and is now ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Dax Crepo and Isaiah Gordo will also hit here in the bottom of inning number 4. The 2-0. That is over for a strike, and it's 2-1. Comes the 2-1 offering. Goes back fastball, fooled him. Got inside in the kitchen, and all he could do was fight it off and hit it foul. And the count now evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Outfield straight away and medium deep in the 2-2 offering as he goes down or away and misses too low, and the count runs full, now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Getting a little warm-up action down in the bullpen for Sugar City. As the left-hander starting to throw, chopper over the mound, behind the bag. It's fielded there by Crepo, but throws it away, trying to get it back over to first base, and that's going to allow the runner to keep on going all the way to second. So it'll be a hit and an error.
We've seen him a couple of times, and like I mentioned, we're not there just yet, but we're starting to hit that point in the day where that sun on that right side is going to be just brutal, especially for the first baseman. The problem is for the next couple hours, it's just going to be a little bit worse.
So the hit and the error allows the runner now at second base and nobody out in the inning, and here's Dax Crepo, the first baseman. Big guy hits a ball past the mound, back to the shortstop again. Oliver has this one cleanly and plays it across in time for the out, but the runner moves up to third.
Yeah, I like that there, as he knew that there was just an error. You've seen balls go past the first baseman a lot. Very smooth, take the ball, cleanly have it, a couple of hops, and an easy, smooth, right to the chest throw.
So 2 outs and a run at third base. That gives Isaiah Gordo a chance to pick up the run with 1 out. Gordo walked his first time up, and first ball swinging, pops it up as that's looking for the ball, and it's going to be out of play as it actually lands on the concourse just past the press box. Gordo and the catcher, Bledsoe, both did the same thing. They both turned around and looked at each other and held out their hands in the international symbol for I have no idea where the ball is.
It's gone.
The 0-1 misses high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Gordo with a couple of practice swings as the 1-1 pitch is up high, and then the throw down to third base is high and into left field. Getting up quickly and coming home is Buttafor as he'll get the Blue Sox on the board on a throwing error charged to the catcher. So the second error of the inning, this one against Bledsoe.
That's big there, cut the lead down to 1.
Bases are empty. So Graves goes back to working out of the windup as again the pitch popped up, and that's again going to land back here. And the count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. So a single, an error, ground out allows them to get to third, and another error on a bad throw and a pickoff play at third base. And Sugar City has their first run of the game as that's going to be rolled up the middle. Backhanded by near second base as straightened and throws over to first base is Valerios as they get Gordo for the second out. So there's 2 outs. Carter Tonks will come up as he'll hit from the left side, up there for the second time as he popped up to the catcher his first time up, so he's 0 for 1. Graves comes home, and the first pitch from Graves hit off the end of the bat, cues it right down to third, and it runs up the arm of the third baseman as everyone's going to be safe, as that'll be the 3rd error of the inning. On a little slow ground ball down to the third baseman. So Sagastumi, with that weird spin on the ball, had it run up his arm and turns it into an error. That's the 3rd error, as I mentioned, in the inning charged here against Rock Springs. And now here is the number 9 hitter, Boston Rupert, and takes the breaking pitch outside, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Rupert walked his first time up. Tonks with a short lead over there at first base. Pitch home, fouled into the glove of the catcher, and it's now 1 ball and 1 strike. So 2-1 Rock Springs still holds on to a lead, but the tying run stands over there at first base with 2 outs. And the 1-1 offering backs him out of there. 2 balls and a strike. Boy, this game just not moving along as quickly as that second game today. That Madison and Evanston game. That game just
blew by.
2-1 pitch misses outside, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike.
I think no game's going to live up to that, to be honest.
No,
quick.
that'll be the fastest game of the tournament right there. Here's the 3-1. Breaking ball in the dirt. That's ball 4. That'll put runners at first and second again. And the Blue Sox will flip the lineup over and go back to the top of the order. And Jackson Farmer will be the scheduled hitter, but not before we get a visit to the mound. As they're going to go out and visit with Griffin Graves with runners at first and second and 2 outs here in the inning.
Got some sports news for everybody. Trevor Lawrence has reached a 5-year extension with the Jaguars. $275 million, $55 million a year.
Wow, good for him.
Yeah. So he'll be staying in Jacksonville.
That's one of many quarterback issues that still have to be resolved around the league.
Yes. It's the NFL. There's always issues and problems and quarterbacks that need to be paid.
I know.
Or think they deserve to be paid.
I know you're not a fan of this team, but those neighbors of yours down there in Big D, they have all kinds of problems. What to do with Dax Prescott, amongst others.
Well, the problem they have is this is their last year of their little spurt they had for a title, and they were nowhere close in the past 4 years, so it's not looking too good.
Exactly. So here is Jackson Farmer, takes the first pitch on the outside corner of the knees, and it's 0-1. So whatever the little pep talk was from the coach who came out there, Graves had to come back and paint the outside edge for a called strike. Comes right back, and the pitch hit foul back over our heads, and it's 0-2.
By the way, there's a ball under your car. I saw it roll under there.
Oh, that's nice. When I back out tonight, you can go jump out and get it, and then you'll have a souvenir to take home with you from your first visit to Pocatello.
I already have a ball somewhere. That was the first day we got here, remember?
The 0-2. Oh, is inside and hits him right in the noggin.
That was loud. That ball went farther than a bunt.
It sounds almost like hitting a coconut with a hammer. As
that's kind of what it was.
That will load the bases as Farmer takes one off the noggin. And with 2 outs and the bases full, here is Cooper Garner. As he takes the first pitch up high, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. So the pitcher, a pitcher now for the Blue Sox up there to try to help himself, trails by a run with the bases juiced. The 1-0. Outside again, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. And looking down toward the Rock Springs dugout, the coach is standing outside the dugout, leaning up against the railing. You have to think his fuse is getting shorter and shorter by the moment. Graves ready again. Here comes the 2-0 offering. Fastball taking all the way on the corner for a strike, and it's 2-1. Garner's 0 for 2, struck out and fouled out. Bases, runners take their leads. The 2-1 pitch is up high again. That's ball 3. Three balls and 1 strike. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Swung at potentially ball 4 as he hits it in the air to left field. Up comes Harmon. He'll put it away, and the inning is over. And the Blue Sox will have to settle for the 1 run, and they leave the bases loaded. 1 run on a total of 1 hit. There were a couple of errors in the inning, 3 of them, as a matter of fact, as the Blue Sox get on the board with an unearned run, and they leave the bases loaded as well. We're done with 4. We'll head off to the 5th. It's 2-1. Rock Springs leading, here on the My Local Radio Sports Network and on mylocalradio.com.
When you're looking for great deals on a vehicle, you'll find them at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston. With 2 locations to serve you, let your adventure start here. Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston, legend driven.
Farming requires working with the right equipment. At Covelo Auto Farm Service, you will find the right size tractor, tractor accessories, cattle chutes, and calf corrals for all your farming needs. Covelos has all your auto needs as well. From fluids to belts to protection for your hands, they've got you covered. Covelos also offers a service center for your truck and tractors in one convenient location. Covelos is your one-stop farm and auto shop. Stop in and see them today at 80 Reese Road in Lyman. Covelos Auto Farm Service.
Well, Rock Springs kind of dodges a bullet last half inning. Able to get out of the inning cheaply enough, only giving up 1 run. So they still have a 2-1 lead as we go here to the top of the 5th. And here in the 5th inning, Preston Harvey, Jackson Reese, and Hayden Bledsoe due up here in the inning for Rock Springs. As today's game brought to you in part by Heritage Auto in Evanston. So Garner finishing his warm-up tosses and ready to go back to work. Coming up next, of course, we have another game as this Rock Springs team will stay on the field, and they will take on the number 2 Blackfoot team. Coming up in the game on the way after this one is over. Then the nightcap is Hillcrest against Blackfoot 1, which ought to be an interesting game because the Hillcrest and Blackfoot 1 teams are pretty good.
Yeah, hopefully we're going to see a good one coming up.
All right, here's Preston Harvey to lead off as the first pitch is the outside ball 1, and Garner just about stumbled, got his legs crossed up, and just about went down, but able to stay up. Comes back with the 1-0 pitch and misses again, and it's ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes.
I will say we've had a pretty good amount of good games today. I think there's not been too many games where I thought, oh, that's not that great. As
bounces up there, goes to 3-0. You're right. The games have been quite entertaining and pretty well played, at least over here on Halliwell. I haven't been over to the other ballpark today. I don't know what just happened over there.
That's 12-0.
As the next pitch is outside, ball 4. So on 4 pitches, they walk Preston Harvey to lead off here in the top of the 5th. That's 4 walks for Garner since he came in, and the 7th walk overall by Sugar City pitchers in the game. And now here is Jackson Reese. Reese walked one of those times. He's also popped up to second, 0 for 1 officially on the game. Garner out of the stretch, comes home, and the first pitch is inside and hits him. So a hit batter is going to send Reese down to first base. And 2 on and nobody out. Garner hits his second man of this outing. And now here is Hayden Bledsoe, the catcher, who walked with the bases loaded his last time up to force over what now is the difference in the game. As the first pitch misses outside, ball 1. He also took a called third strike his first time up back in the 2nd inning. So 0 for 1 officially with an RBI is Bledsoe as he climbs back in, shows bunt, gets the bunt down. Pretty good bunt out in front of the home. As Farmer out to get it, he'll throw to first base in time for the out.
That's perfectly executed sac bunt. Move the runners over.
So sacrifice 2-3. That's the first out. And runners move up to second and third as they're now in in scoring position as Jason Sagastumi will come back up. Sagastumi singled. He's 1 for 2. Pitch home to Sagastumi is up high. Ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. So Rock Springs with only 2 hits and 2 runs in the game, but so far making it stand up as the 2-0 pitch, 1-0 pitch rather, is outside. Ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. Damon Valerio waits on deck. The 2-0 pitch to Sagastumi is hit foul off the right field side, and it's 2-1. So we'll be with you here all the way through the championship game, which gets underway at 6 o'clock. That's the Gold Division Championship game. That gets underway at 6 o'clock on Saturday. Ground ball to the right side. Nice job by Sagastumi. He'll get the run in to make it 3-1 as the ground ball to the right side is picked up there by the second baseman who throws him out. So Sagastumi grounds out for the second out to pick up the RBI as Harvey comes home. Moving over the third base is Reese. He is there with 2 outs. As once again, Sugar City's able to produce a run with no hits, and we're going to have a pitching change as they'll come out. Garner slaps high fives with a couple of guys. Now he's going to head back and probably change gloves again and head back out to his original center field spot as we see who the new pitcher is going to be. Let's duck in a quick timeout. We'll tell you about it coming up right after this on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
When shopping for a new home or property, it's important that your realtor works to make the whole process simple. Serving customers for almost 20 years, the professional agents at Bridger Valley Realty will provide you with the information and resources you need to keep it simple without missing a step. Shopping for the perfect home or property can be a lot of fun.
Trust the Valley's proven realtors. Stop by and see us today.
On your way to Flaming Gorge or the Uinta, stop in at the store, formerly known as the Cash Store, in Fort Bridger to top up on gas or grab those last-minute snacks. Visit the store today in Fort Bridger, Wyoming. The store is proud to support the students of the Bridger Valley.
When you're looking for great deals on a vehicle, you'll find them at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston. With 2 locations to serve you, let your adventure start here. Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston, legend driven.
When you have an appointment with the dentist, it's reassuring to know that you're going to be seen by experienced, well-trained professionals.
All right, Carter Tonks is the new pitcher. The third pitcher of the day used by Sugar City. And with 2 outs and a man at third base, Damon Valerio will be the first man that he faces in a 3-1 game. As the first pitch is up high to Valerio, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. So it was Telford for 2.5. Garner got them to about 2 innings of work with 2 outs here in the 5th inning. As the pitch hit foul down the right field line, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. And now Carter Tonks comes in from his right field spot to come in and take over on the mound. Ball and a strike. Reese down the line from third, the 1-1 pitch. Look out, goes wide and all the way to the backstop. Here comes Reese, and he will score to make it 4-1.
Yeah, that one just got away from the pitcher, and there was really no chance for any stopping of that ball.
That's a wild pitch with an exclamation point behind it. As the count goes to 2-1, and it's now a 4-1 lead as Rock Springs scores their second run of the inning as the 2-1 pitch is over for a strike, and it's 2-2. So the base is now empty, and Tonks come home with the 2-2 offering, and it is swung on and missed. The inning is over, but a little too late as Tonks goes down on strikes. 2 runs in the inning, no hits, a walk, a hit batter, and then they work their way slowly around the bases rather, with wild pitches. So they settle for the 2 runs in the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. It's now 4-1. Rock Springs leading on the My Local Radio Sports Network and on mylocalradio.com.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
In the past, when you needed a crown, it took multiple appointments and a mouthful of goop to create a mold of your teeth. Those days are gone. Bear River Dental has equipment that gets your crown done in one appointment.
So this is the scanner for our same-day crowns, and as you can see, we go through, we scan it, and then we're able to design exactly what your crown's going to look like, and then we send that to the mill, and it's going to cut it out. It's going to look just like it's shown on the screen.
The same-day crown machine builds your new crown for a perfect fit. Same-day crowns are one of the many services offered at Bear River Dental in Evanston. Call today to schedule an appointment.
Griffin Gray is ready to push off into the bottom of the 5th inning. He's allowed just a run on 3 hits in the game and leads 4-1 as we go here to the bottom of the 5th inning. He will face Wyatt Telford, Dylan Wilstrom, and then Devin Butterford due up here for Sugar City. And they need some base runners as they are running out of outs. They're down to their last 6 outs as we go here to the bottom of the 5th. Time limit should not be an issue as we're only about an hour and a half into this one, as it's actually moved along pretty well, as the first pitch here to Telford is on the corner for a called strike, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, the way it's going, if it keeps going that way, we'll probably hit.
The 0-1 pitch swung on and missed, and it's 0-2 as Telford tried to steer one toward left field and came up empty, and it's 0-2. Telford's 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded out. And the 0-2 pitch sprayed foul along the left field side and stays at 0-2. So got to get something moving here for the Blue Sox. Pick up some offense somehow as that pitch is outside and goes to the backstop, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. No better way to get a rally started than a leadoff walk in an inning. About 90% of those come home to score, according to a statistic, as the pitch is 2 balls and 2 strikes as it missed outside with it again and runs the count even. Now the 2-2 offering on the way. That breaking pitch misses inside down around his shoe tops, and the count now full, 3-2. So the 3-2 pitch to Telford, it is on the corner, strike 3 called. Just when Telford thought he was going to get a free pass, instead he gets the hook and heads back to the dugout. It's a strikeout, number 5 in the game. I checked that, make it 4 in the game for Graves. And with 1 out, here is Dylan Whitmer as he takes the first pitch for a ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Ball bounces up there and it goes to 2-0. Still looking for his first hit. In fact, the first 4 batters in the lineup here in this game for Sugar City, they have 1 hit. That was by the leadoff man, Jackson Farmer, and that was the first batter of the game for them, as the 2-1 pitch misses down and away, ball 3, 3 balls and a strike. They've only had twice the top 4 batters in the inning in the lineup have reached base, as that'll be ball 4, as Wilton will walk, head down to first base. As here is Trevin Beautiful as he comes up. Beautiful singled and flew out to center, 1 for 2. That walk by Whitmer is just the third time that the top 4 have reached base today. And the other 2 are both by the leadoff man, Farmers. The ball bounces away, squirts away from the catcher, and that's going to let Wilster move up to second base. That'll be a pass ball as that worked its way right through the wickets and then rolled about 10 feet behind him, far enough for the runner to move up. So 1 ball and no strikes. Still need more base runners, more people on base, though, because the potential tying run is still waiting on deck. Ground ball past the mound. Sounded like he cracked the bat. Oliver has it near the bag to straighten and throw that man out as Beautiful's out 6-3, and that is the second out of the inning.
Yeah, that bat might be timber now.
Dissecting it as they walk it back to the dugout.
Yeah, it's broken.
As Crepo comes to the plate, he hands the bat to Isaiah Gordo, who looks at it and says, "Yep, just what we thought. That one's broken.
It's dead."
So here's Crepo, singled and grounded out, and takes the first pitch over for a strike. 2 outs, man at third. And again, still Sugar City needs get another man on base just to bring the tying run to the plate, as the 0-1 pitch is on the corner and it's 0-2. The 0-2 pitch from Graves comes straight over the top, stays high as Crepo lays off of it. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Still just 2 hits in the game for Sugar City. The 1-2 is on the corner, strike 3 called. Crepo just turned around and knew it as he looked to the home plate umpire and got that look on his face like, I should have swung. He takes a called third strike and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, a walk. They leave a man standing over at third base yet again as they leave another man on base. As for the Blue Sox, they have left 8 men on base with only 2 hits in the game. We're done with 5. We'll move along to the 6th. It's still Rock Springs 4 and Sugar City 1 on the My Local Radio Sports Network and on mylocalradio.com.
What is Uinta BOCES number 1? It's your community college to pursue your degree or certificate. It's high school equivalency. It's CPR and other workforce training. It's cooking and computer classes. It's 3D printers, vinyl cutters, and other free tools. We're many different things to many different people, meeting the education needs of the place we call home. So what is Uinta BOCES number 1? That's for you to decide. Come see us today and let us help you make your educational dreams come true.
The tires you drive on matter. Tire quality and condition affect overall safety and how your vehicle performs. Having the right air pressure in your tires even affects gas mileage. Don't trust your tires to just anybody. Choose Freeway Tire to handle all your vehicle maintenance, including regular tire checks and rotation. When it comes to your vehicle, choose the team that really knows tires. Freeway Tire in Evanston. Stop in today.
Rock Springs leads the game as we go here to the top of inning number 6. Make a quick look at our score sheet here as we go along here through the game, as Rock Springs, as they have scored 4 runs in the game. They've been issued a lot of free passes and several errors along the way as well, as they have 2 hits in the game, and that is all. So they've scored 4 runs on 2 hits to lead as we go here to the 6th. 1 run on 3 hits in the game for the Blue Sox. And the first pitch to the top of the order, Maddox Ice leads it off here in the 6th inning. It's first pitch over for a strike. Ice walked, struck out, and lined out. 0 for 2 officially, as that pitch is over for a strike, and it's 1-1. Next pitch hit on 1 hop toward the shortstop. Gordo up with it, plays it across in time for the out, and Ice is out. He's now 0 for 3 with that walk back in the first inning. So here's Steve Harmon. Harmon walked and scored back in the third.
Here in the 6th inning, I think it's probably a good time to try and add some insurance runs. Just 3 runs is nice, but I'd like it to be more than a save situation coming into the 7th.
I would like to think that too, but for them, unfortunately, offense has not been their strong point here in this game this afternoon. As he takes the first pitch over for a strike, does Harmon, and it's 0-1. They've produced 4 runs, yes, but they only have 2 hits in the game. The 0-1 misses outside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, that's where they've just been able to work the walk and use it to their advantage. And now I was trying to see if they can get some balls past the infield.
7 walks, 2 hit batters. Ground ball wide of first. That's going to get into right field, base hit. Just their 3rd hit of the game, and Harmon has his first. Hit it off the end of the bat and got it just out of Crepo's reach so he could sneak it under his glove. So with 1 out, runner over at first. And now here is Ryan Zaddy, this designated hitter, who walked his last time up and twice has flown out to left. They hold Harmon over at first as Ryan's going to bunt, gets it down to get it, and then drops it, picks it up, throws, not in time. Tonks took his eye off the ball to peek where the runner was, and in the process ended up missing the ball completely.
Yeah, it's good that you want to get that out, but you got to grab the ball first, barehand it, and then look.
And because of that, Tonks will draw an error in the infield. That's the 2nd error of the day against the Blue Sox. And it puts runners at first and second, still nobody out. And they're going to bunt again, as bunting this time is Oliver. He pushes it up the third base line, and all Wilstrom can do with it is pick it up and put it in his pocket. The bases are loaded. So the bunt single, 2nd hit of the inning. They double their hit output for the day, but if you put them end to end, they may get maybe 120 feet.
Yeah, that's pushing it.
And here is Preston Harvey. Bases loaded, 1 out. Harvey has actually been on base all 3 times he's been up there as he takes the first pitch outside, ball 1. Harvey singled in the 2nd, walked and scored in the 3rd, walked and scored again in the 5th. Here's the 1-0. Popped up, short right field. The right fielder, Rupert, coming up, makes the catch, tagging and coming home as the throw goes into third base, as just absolutely almost on a walk coming home is Harmon to make it 5-1. I'm not sure what the right fielder, Rupert, was thinking, throwing the ball to third base and giving Harmon an absolute just turtle crawl home.
Yeah, I don't know.
As the pitch is swung on and missed, so it's a scoring fly ball for Harvey as he picks up the RBI with 2 outs now in the inning.
It was still 1 out. He didn't catch it.
I thought he did.
Nope.
Oh,
Bounced.
well, never mind. So the ground ball to short, dropped it, set shortstop. They go to second to get 1 there. Another run comes in as the ball gets away over at first. Now here comes the additional run, and that will score the 3rd run of the inning. So there's the insurance runs you wanted. It's now 7-1 as they put up 3 runs in the inning.
I didn't say I want them. I just said it'd be good for them. I'm here for good games. Just trying to see what's going on.
So Reese over at first base. And now here is the catcher, Bledsoe, and hits the first pitch foul back into the screen. So 3 runs home. It's 7-1. 2 hits in the inning as that pitch over for a strike. Ground ball up the middle. That's going to find center field, and the inning continues as Bledsoe has his first hit of the game. Reese will go as far as second base and stay there. So with 4 outs, here comes Sagastumi. Runners at first and second. Here's Sagastumi, singled. He's 1 for 3 today as they bluff back to second base. As Tonks takes 1 step towards second base and bluffs the throw back there. And Reese able to hop back on the bag. Next pitch to Sagastumi, almost goes to the backstop. Nice save there by Farmer. And it's a 1 ball and no strikes. 3 runs in the inning on 3 hits. There's an error in the inning as well. And the 1-0 pitch on the way. Sagastumi hits the ball on the ground towards short. Grabbing it there is Gordo. Goes back across, all the way across the infield in time for the out. Sagastumi is out 6-3 for the 3rd out of the inning, but not before Rock Springs doubles up their lead as they post 3 here in the inning. 3 runs, 3 hits, an error, and 1 man left. As we'll go to the bottom of the 6th. It's now Rock Springs 7, Sugar City 1 here on the My Local Radio Sports Network and on mylocalradio.com.
With 25 years of successful industry experience, Mountain West Business Solutions looks forward to providing all of our customers with exceptional service, industry-leading technology, and a one-of-a-kind buying experience. Having your office equipped with the right technology makes all the difference in the world. With a lower cost per print, we will supply you with the right technology for the best price. Great people, great products, and great service. Mountain West Business Solutions.
Precision, the quality, condition, or fact of being exact and accurate.
Precision is important. Scoring the next point, making the perfect shot, getting the best score. And when you think of your dentist, you want precision to be the first word that comes to mind. That's why patients are so pleased with Dr. McKay Frankum. He provides precision family dentistry at reasonable prices to every patient. Dr. McKay Frankum, call today for an appointment.
Call Dr. McKay Frankum at 789-8910.
And Griffin Graves will continue on here into the bottom of inning number 6 now that his team has provided him with a little offense to fall back on. He now has a 6-run lead as it's 7-1. He'll face the bottom third of the order here for the Blue Sox. Isaiah Gordo, Carter Tonks, and then Boston Rupert due up. The first 3 he'll face here in the bottom of inning number 6. Gordo's 0 for 1, walked and grounded out. As he'll lead it off here, the little shortstop. As Gordo will walk to the plate. Excuse me. Graves ready, comes home the first pitch, first ball swing, a little fly ball to center. Up comes the center fielder. And there is Ice to make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th.
Yes. So 5:20 here, so game started at 3:30. It's a 2-hour time limit. I have to assume we'll probably go to the 7th. This goes quick.
I have 3:35, so we've got about 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think we'll play the full game.
Unless they can put together a rally here.
Yeah,
they're not gonna get the. Ball hit down the line. Going back is Harvey's. The ball's way over his head, and it's going to roll all the way to the fence. To second is Tonks, and he just keeps his head down and keeps running. He's into third with a dive.
That's the best hit we've seen possibly all day right there. Launches it down the right field line, and you kind of mentioned how close the outfielders were playing him. And, well, in that case, not a chance he was going to get to it.
And here's Austin Rupert, the number 9 hitter, who's still looking for his first official at-bat today. He's been up twice and walked twice as Tonks down the line from third. I'll tell you what also helped that ball is just as he stepped in, the wind started to pick up a little bit more, blowing out toward right field. 0-1 pitch to Rupert, taking all the way and takes a strike, and it's 0-2. I think that what they figured out for Rupert, just throw the ball over the plate and let the big guy take a swing. As he swings there and comes up empty, and he's out on 3 pitches. So that's 2 outs. Then we go back to the top of the order, and Jackson Farmer will come up with a runner down at third base in a 7-1 game. Farmer with a hit, was hit by a pitch his last time up. He is 1 for 2 officially today and takes the first pitch up high, ball 1. As Graves ready again, peeks over the top of the glove, and the 1-0. Hit in the air along the right field side. Giving chase is Reese, the first baseman, then he's not going to be able to catch up to it. And it's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Today's game brought to you by Evergreen Financial Partners. Remember, when planning your financial future, trust the experts at Evergreen Financial Partners with offices in Pocatello and in Preston. You can arrange your appointment online at evergreenfinancialpartners.net. As that pitch over for a strike again, and it's now 1-2. Here now the 1-2 pitch on the way to Farmer. Looking all the way, takes it, strike 3 called, and once again, Sugar City leaves a man standing over at third base. We're done with 6. We'll move to the 7th as the Rock Springs up 7-1 over Sugar City on the My Local Radio Sports Network and on mylocalradio.com.
Buying or selling is a simple process if you're working with the right real estate agent. This is Bobby Dalzall, broker with Big Country Properties. We have agents serving both Lincoln and Uintah counties that can assist you with all of your real estate needs. We are the top listing and selling brokerage in the Bridger Valley and strive to be honest, hardworking, and thorough. Whether buying or selling, we make it happen. Call us today at Big Country Properties, 307-782-3556.
I don't know about you, but every time I go to the grocery store, I'm filled with anxiety. Do I have enough money? Meat prices have doubled. How can I ever work on food storage when I can hardly afford food for this week? Wyoming Wild Meats and Lyman is the solution. Weekly specials are posted on Facebook. Beef, pork, chicken for one meal or a mixed order to fill the freezer. You will find quality Gosner cheese and milk products and delicious bread. Because overhead is low, the savings are passed to every customer. Wyoming Wild Meats, offering fresh domestic meats.
Well, the assignment here for Tonks is get through the top of the 7th inning without giving up any more runs, and just try to give his guys a chance going into the bottom of the 7th inning, even though they still trail by 6. 7-1 as we go to the 7th. And for Rock Springs, it'll be the number 9 hitter, Damon Valerio. Then back to the top of the order, Maddox Ice and Steve Harmon do up here in inning number 7. A couple of more games coming up here from Halliwell tonight. As Rock Springs will stick around, they'll play again as they'll face the Blackfoot number 2 team coming up about 30 minutes after this one's over. Plus, we will have a post-game recap of this game. So we invite you to stay tuned for that as well. That'll feature our Freaky Fast recap, our play of the game, and our player of the game as well. Here's Damon Valerio, 0 for 2 officially. He's walked, grounded out, flew out, I should say, and has struck out. Waiting for the catcher, Farmer, to get up there, as he made the last out of the inning and took him a little bit to put the gear on. Now he's able to settle into the crouch, and we're ready to go here in the 7th. As the first pitch hit on the ground toward the shortstop. Whoa, big hop. Nice play by Gordo to stay with it, but the throw is not going to be in time.
Yeah, it took an awkward hop off the very edge of the grass there, so good on him to just keep the ball in front of him, but unfortunately because of the hop kind of surprised him and took him a little longer to get over to the first.
So infield hit on the bad hop single. Valerio has his first hit of the game. That is hit number 6 on the game now for the Stallions. And back to the top of the order we go, and Maddox Ice. As Ice takes the first pitch up high, ball 1. Maddox walked to open the ball game a couple hours ago, and since then he's gone strikeout, line out, ground out. 0 for 3 officially, and takes that pitch for a strike, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Runner at first base, nobody out, top 7. As Ice drives one to center field, coming over, and it's going to be over his head as Garner's going to have to chase this thing all the way to the fence. Hustling around third, here comes Valerio. He will come in and score. Ice all the way to third with an RBI triple, and it's 8-1.
That's just a rocket. I mean, that's straight up the gut, right into center field, over the head of the center fielder. You can't torch the ball much better than that.
So the single and then the triple picks up the run, and it's now 8-1. Pitch goes to the backstop, and that's going to chase Maddox Ice home to make it 9-1. So as soon as you mention that his job is to keep the opponents off the scoreboard here in the 7th inning, the Stallions come back and have 2 very quickly and extended their lead now out to 9-1. A little half swing here by Harmon. That'll cost him a strike. And it's 0-1. Check that, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Harmon with a hit, a walk, has scored twice. And takes that pitch inside, ball 2, 2-1. The 2-1 offering, swung on and missed. Tonks gets it up there. It's interesting. You watch a lot of these hitters with a strike up in the zone. They're all trying to hack down on the ball and hit it down into the ground. As that pitch again in the dirt will go to the backstop and run the count full, 3-2. They're trying to intentionally make sure they don't get under the ball, try to get up on top of it and hit it into the ground, and it's almost like they're trying to chop wood. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Squirted foul up along the right field side. He hit it off the end of the bat, and he'll stay right where he's at home plate with that 3-2 count. Ryan Zaddy waits on deck. And again, the 3-2 pitch. And that's outside low, ball 4. So Harmon draws a walk. First walk given up by Tonks, and walk number 8 in the game here. And once again, we're going to have a visit to the mound, and it looks like another pitching change coming up here as well, as the manager, head coach, makes the indication already that he wants a different right-hander to come in and pitch. So we're going to rearrange the outfield. We'll get a new pitcher coming up. We'll take another timeout. We'll come back and tell you who the new pitcher is coming up right after this on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Serving the Bridger Valley since 1987, Bridger Valley Motors are your engine repair experts. Along with engine repair, Bridger Valley Motors offers towing services, tire alignments, brake repairs, and more. Visit Bridger Valley Motor at 217 North Main Street in Lyman.
Using the old-fashioned country tradition of barn building, Martin Sheds uses the time-honored construction techniques handed down from generation to generation. For quality, care, and attention to detail, contact Martin Sheds at 307-679-8187 to get a quote today.
Sell or buy your home with a realtor you can trust. At Cowboy State Realty, we are dedicated to helping you with all your real estate needs. At Cowboy State Realty, we are working for you. Call us at 307-200-4332 to schedule an appointment today.
The town of Mountain View is located in the historic Bridger Valley and serves as the gateway to the high Uintas. With a panoramic view of the rugged Uinta peaks, you feel like you're in paradise. Our town park and scenic river walk offer a safe place for rest and relaxation. Looking for a great place to live? Our quality of life is great and our people are very friendly. Come join our tranquil way of life. The town of Mountain View, a gateway to the high Uintas.
I don't don't know about you, but every time I go to the grocery store, I'm filled with anxiety. Do I have enough money? Meat prices have doubled. How can I ever work on food storage when I can hardly afford food for this week? Wyoming Wild Meats and Lyman is the solution. Weekly specials are posted on Facebook. Beef, pork, chicken for one meal or a mixed order to fill the freezer. You will find quality Gosner cheese and milk products and delicious bread. Because overhead is low, the savings are passed to every customer. Wyoming Wild Meats, offering fresh domestic meats.
Bridger Valley Electric Association provides safe, reliable, and affordable electric energy and related services to their member owners in Wyoming and Utah. Bridger Valley Electric is a consumer-owned cooperative.
Well, the new pitcher on here for the Blue Sox is the shortstop Isaiah Gordo, who will come in to pitch here with nobody out in the top of the 7th inning. A couple of runs in here already, and it's 9-1 as Gordo will face Zaddy, Oliver, and Harvey here in the inning and try to keep the Lancers right where they're at an 8-run advantage and not let it grow to any bigger. So he's finishing up his warm-up tosses as the catcher Farmer carries the ball back out to him. And you don't realize how diminutive Gordo is until the catcher goes out and stands next to him. Now, the catcher Farmer is not that big, but he's got to be at least a full head taller than Gordo as he walks the ball back out to the mound.
Yeah, well, there's a reason Gordo walks a lot. It's because the strike zone's the size of Jose Altuve's.
As the pitch upstairs, ball one ball and no strikes. Don't want to make fun of him, but you feel like you got to say something about how he comes to the mound representing the Lollipop Guild.
Yeah.
Next pitch misses outside again, ball 2 balls and no strikes. As the pitch is swung on and missed, as Zaddy swings through it, it's 2-1. Apologizes, make a cheap joke, but the diminutive right-hander comes home. Next pitch to Zaddy again. Now is hit foul at home plate. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. I'm sure he's a capable pitcher, or they wouldn't run him out there here in this situation. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner over at first base is Harmon, and again the ground ball hit foul, and it stays at 2-1. Is that right?
Yeah, 2-2.
Yeah, that's what I thought, 2-2. They have 2-1 on the board as the 2-2 pitch is up and in and hits him. So Zaddy hit by a pitch. That'll be the third hit batter for the Stallions here today, and that'll bring up Landon Oliver with runners at first and second. Oliver with 1 hit. That came in his last at-bat last inning when he singled and worked his way around to score. He's also reached on an error, struck out, and popped up. So he's 1 for 4 in the game and takes that for first pitch down low. And it's ball 1 ball and no strikes. So starting to really string runs together now are the Stallions. The scoreboard's starting to look like a phone number once you get past the third inning with a 2-0-2-3-2 up there on the board.
Call 1-800-202-329 for your broadcasting today.
2 balls and no strikes. Oliver climbs back in the box, swinging at 2-0 and hits it foul. That'll land just over here to our right, and it's now 2-1. Still nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning. Couple of runs in already here in the inning. 9 runs on 7 hits for Rock Springs. That pitch up high again, ball 3, and it's 3 balls and a strike. Oliver walks around, now climbs back in, and the next pitch is up high, but he gets the called strike. Then runs the count full, 3-2. So a 3-ball, 2-strike count. And the pitch home on the way is going to be hit off the end of the bat as it's going to fall in front of the left fielder. And the bases are going to be loaded as they throw to third, but not in time. So Oliver with a little dunker in the left field. That's his second hit of the game. The bases are now full, and that's going to bring up Preston Harvey with nobody out. And let's see how the Blue Sox want to play this. They're going to bring the infield up. They'll come up at the corners and look like they're going to set in double play depth up the middle. And the first pitch to Harvey is up high, ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. Harvey with 1 hit. He's also walked a couple of times today. The 1-0 pitch on the way from Gordo. Big overhand curveball. As that's going to be high again, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Now the 2-0 pitch. Bounces up there. That's boxed away by the catcher Farmer as they're going to keep the runner at third base. As with a 8-run lead here in the 7th inning, it would appear that the coaching staff for Rock Springs just kind of says, okay, we have enough. We're going to call off the dogs here, and we're going to not take any extra bases as they do not try to advance on that ball that got away. The 3-0 pitch. It's over for a strike, and it's 3-1. Gordo ready again. Here's the 3-1 offering. Swung on and fouled into the glove, so the count runs full as Harvey now faces a 3-2 pitch with the bases loaded. Jackson Reese waits on deck. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Popped up into short center. Center fielder coming up. That's Garner to make the catch. Tagging and coming home. The throw is pretty good, and he is out at the plate.
What a throw.
Great throw by Garner as he turns it into a double play.
That's just perfect. Execution-wise, throw-wise, played it from behind. I mean, there's just everything right there. Good tag as well at the plate.
So 2 outs. Runners at first and second. And now here is Jonathan Rees as he takes a first pitch over for a strike, and it's 0-1. That may be one of the best defensive plays we've seen in the 2 days of the tournament.
Yeah, that was great.
The 0-1. Swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. Two runs, 2 hits in the inning. A hit batter, a walk. Actually, I take it back, 3 hits in the inning, I should say. As that pitch misses outside, it's now 1-2 on Reese. Reese with 1 hit in the game. He's walked, hit by a pitch. Done a little bit of everything to get on base, and he's also scored a couple of times. As he takes that pitch up high again, now the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gordo sets the 2-2 offering. Foul back into the screen. It'll stay at 2-2. Looking ahead for the Blue Sox in the bottom of the 7th inning, they'll have Garner, Telford, and Wilstrom spots. The 2-2. Again, hit foul right back here toward us. And again, the count stays even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gordo's 2-2 pitch once again. As it's knocked down again by Farmer, keeps it down right down at his feet, so no advancement by any of the runners. As the count now full, 3-2 with 2 outs. And the 3-2 pitch, runners go, and it's grounded fair inside third. That's going to head down toward the corner As coming around third and scoring is Zeddy. It's 10-1 on the RBI double by Jackson Reese as he hit it right over the bag.
Yeah, great piece of hitting. Have a pretty tough AB as well and gets a good hit out of it.
So Zeddy scores the third run of the inning. Oliver goes all the way to third. And now here is Hayden Bledsoe, the 8th man to bat here in the inning, and the first pitch is swung on and missed. Bledsoe with a single, a walk. Also had a sacrifice earlier in the game and took a called third strike his first time up today. Gordo ready, and the 0-1 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. So Gordo again, one pitch away from getting out of the inning here. And the 0-2 offering, it is just off the edge. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Oliver's at third, Reese at second. 2 outs here in the 7th, 3 runs home. Half swing, he goes too far. Yes, he does. Inning over. So Bledsoe goes down on strikes as Rock Springs will score 3 here in the inning. 3 runs, 4 hits, and they leave a couple of men on base as well. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. It's now Rock Springs 10, Sugar City 1 here on the My Local Radio Sports Network and on mylocalradio.com.
The best trips away from home always come when you know you're among friends. This is Coulter Patterson, General Manager at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. I invite you to stay with us every time you're here. We've got the absolute best staff. Lots of our team members have been working together for years, and we feel like we're a happy family. I guarantee you'll feel that when you come stay with us. We're always glad that you choose the Come On In, and we'll do everything to make your stay comfortable and relaxing. The Come On In Hotel and Suites is the best place to stay because we have the best staff in Casper. Come on in today.
The strategic plan for Una County School District Number 4 states, through collaboration with the entire learning community, our mission is to instill problem-solving skills in our students that will translate to a rapidly changing global environment. We work to accomplish this by constantly improving student achievement, improving student academic and behavioral skills with a district that operates efficiently and effectively. Uintah County School District Number 4, excellence in teaching, opportunity through learning.
All right, we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Last hacks coming up here for the Blue Sox. And they'll send up Cooper Garner, Wyatt Telford, and then Dylan Wildstrom to at least get the inning going and see if they can extend it past there. 10-1, the Rock Springs Stallions leading as they try to pick up their first win of the day. And for Rock Springs, that would also be, I believe, their first win of the tournament. As Cooper Garner comes to the plate.
Long road back here. It's going to start with getting on base, getting base runners, moving station to station, not worrying about being a hero. I mean, you got 9 runs to come back from, so it's just keep the line moving is your first thought.
Yeah, Rock Springs lost their first game to the Razorbacks 6-4. So this would be their first win of the tournament. And the first pitch here to Cooper Garner misses inside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. The next pitch off speed, he's out in front of it, and it's 1-1.
The opposite side of it, you talk about keeping the line moving for the pitching staff and the fielders. Attack the zone and try not to let them get too much hope.
The 1-1. Rolled foul, and it's now 1-2. Yeah, just get up there and just throw strikes.
Yeah, so if they hit it, whatever, you're up by 9.
Even if you're throwing fastballs somewhere from the middle to the outside edge, as long as you're throwing strikes and not giving them free passes, as the count goes to 2-2. Then you make them put the ball in play, and you've got a chance to get the game over with as quickly as possible. The 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed. So Garner goes down on strikes. That's the first out. And that'll bring up Wyatt Telford. That's strikeout number 6 in the game for Graves. So here's Telford. He goes first ball swinging. Wow, big hop. Got ball on the ground, ball hit to the second baseman, almost bounded over his head. As going up to get a hand on it was Valerio, but he'll be an infield hit on the bad hop single.
I don't know how many times we've seen a ball bounce on the very edge of the infield grass, but it's been like 4 or 5 today. Crazy luck.
So 1 out, 1 on. Here's Dylan Wilstrom looking for his first hit today. He's been on base once. That was a walk back in the 5th inning, and takes the first pitch over for a strike from Graves. No balls and 1 strike. They don't have very many bodies with them here, but hopefully they'll have more pitchers other than Graves for the nightcap of the doubleheaders. The next pitch is swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. Because Graves, even though he's managed to not be the story here today, he has turned in a very good start and allowed just the 1 run. As that pitch will go to the backstop, and it'll be Telford to move up to second base on the wild pitch. He's allowed 1 run. That was back in the 4th inning, and that run was unearned when his team committed 3 errors behind him in the field that inning. Here comes the 1-1. It's high, ball 2, 2 balls and 1 strike. Check that, 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looks back at second. Comes in and jams him in on the hands. All Wilstrom can do is try to fight it off and hit it foul, and the count stays at 2-2. Don't try to do anything cute. Just pick up the ball, get an out someplace, as that pitch is swung on and missed, and that's the second out.
Well, they got the out there.
So there's 2 outs, and now the Blue Sox down to their last out. And here's Trevin Beautiful. 1 for 3 in the game, as he comes up here representing the last hope to keep the game going here for the Blue Sox with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. They go back to second base. That's the kind of thing when we say that you don't try to get cute with things. You have a 9-run lead. You don't care how far they're off the guy who's leading off of second base with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. That run means absolutely nothing unless you're tracking your ERA. As that ball popped up right around second base. It'll be the shortstop Oliver to put it away, and this game is in the books as the Rock Springs Stallions pick up a 10-1 win. We invite you to stay tuned. The post-game show is coming up next here on the My Local Radio Sports Network and on mylocalradio.com.
Fast, fresh, delicious. 3 words that describe your experience every time you enjoy a delicious meal with Jimmy John's. Utilizing the freshest ingredients, home-baked bread, and professional sandwich building skills, the team at Jimmy John's always delivers a mouth-watering sandwich to satisfy any hunger. Jimmy John's. Freaky fast, freaky fresh. Visit any of our locations today in Evanston, Rock Springs, Sheridan, and Gillette.
Precision, the quality, condition, or fact of being exact and accurate.
Precision is important. Scoring the next point, making the perfect shot, getting the best score. And when you think of your dentist, you want precision to be the first word that comes to mind. That's why patients are so pleased with Dr. McKay Frankum. He provides precision family dentistry at reasonable prices to every patient. Dr. McKay Frankum, call today for an appointment.
Call Dr. McKay Frankum at 789-8910.
Western Wyoming Beverages has been proudly owned and operated in Wyoming for over 50 years, providing reliable service, friendly staff, and the nation's top beverage products, including Pepsi. We always strive to be the premier business partner for our customers. Western Wyoming Beverages services Rock Springs, Green River, Jackson, Evanston, Kemmer, Pinedale, Wamsutter, Big Piney, Mountain View, and Lyman. Go Red Devils!
Ready is committed to providing superior services to our customers by requiring individual accountability for excellence in quality, safety, and dependability. We are a growing company that is currently hiring across Wyoming, Colorado, Texas, Nevada, Idaho, and elsewhere. Our valued team members receive competitive wages, full benefits, and weekly pay. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
WattSmart is Rocky Mountain Power's energy efficiency program. WattSmart provides rebates to residential customers for energy efficiency upgrades made around the home. Devices and appliances that use electricity in your home can usually be made more efficient, and that can save you money and energy. When you decide to make upgrades, we have rebates available for you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
Out here, we've always worked remote. Out here, stress usually refers to the pull on a rope. Where a stroll in the city is also a stroll in the great outdoors. Where work is a way of life, and life is good. Out here, the backyards are big, and the deals, they're even bigger. This is southwestern Wyoming, and it's where you can get the biggest deals on a vehicle you want with plenty of hometown hospitality. Heritage Auto, your hometown dealer with the biggest deals.
Life is made up of moments. We care about those moments as much as you do. We are Modern Woodmen, a fraternal financial services organization, member-owned, not stockholder-run. Since 1883, we've supported families, strengthened communities, and helped people reach their financial goals. From protection to saving to retirement planning, let us help you plan for those special moments in your life.
All right, welcome back here to the ballpark. As game number 4 of the day is now in the books as Rock Springs picks up their first win of the tournament as they knock off Sugar City by a score of 10-1. As it's time to look at the line score for this game, as this is our Freaky Fast recap brought to you by Jimmy John's in Evanston. For Rock Springs to win it, 10 runs on 9 hits. They played a little fast and loose with the baseball at times. They committed 4 errors, but they also left 11 men on base. Sugar City with 1 run on 5 hits. They commit 2 errors in the game, and they left 10 men on base. It was Griffin Grimes, the winning pitcher today for Rock Springs, and the loss will go to Wyatt Telford, who only went 2 2/3 innings today for the Sugar City Blue Sox, who come up short in their second game here played today, and they end up winless in the tournament as they go 0-3. Our player of the game brought to you by Dr. McKay Frankham, our precision player of the game. That's got to be the starting and the winning pitcher, Griffin Grimes.
Yeah, when you complete a game, go all 7 innings and allow just 1 run, you're doing something right. And you kind of said it best in that 7th inning. He wasn't the story of the game, and I think for a pitcher, that's maybe the best thing. You weren't the story, and you still shoved throughout the game. You win 10-1, and your pitcher does an amazing job. I think he deserves it.
Yeah, Grimes goes 7 innings, gives up 5 hits, a run. He struck out 7 and walked 4. And like we said, not earth-shattering numbers, but good numbers, calm and collective. Never really was in serious trouble throughout the game.
He had the 1 double that he allowed.
Yep.
That's about it.
And it ended up stranding 10 men on base. So they did get guys on base against him, but he was able to get the outs when he needed them. So congratulations to Griffin Grimes, the winning pitcher. He is our Dr. McKay Frankham player of the game. Our play of the game brought to you by Pepsi. Everything is always better with Pepsi. And we can only think of one play that really stuck out as our really play of the game.
Yeah, it was that double play back in, what was that? Is that the final inning in the 7th?
That was in the top of the 7th inning.
Yeah, you had the bases loaded, nobody out. Obviously, you're trying to just have some sort of hope going into the bottom half. And you get a double play from your center fielder who comes on, makes an amazing catch, and then throws a frozen rope to the catcher who puts a perfect tag on him. And that's a double play that you're not going to forget here.
Yeah, absolutely. It throw an absolute laser beam right on the plate, in which Farmer was able to put the tag out at home plate as they threw Harmon out at home back in the top of the 7th inning. And that is our Pepsi play of the game. Things that are better always with Pepsi. So the final score, Rock Springs wins it by the score of 10-1. They'll be right back to play in our next game as well, as Rock Springs will be taking on Blackfoot number 2 coming up in just a few minutes. We invite you to come back and join us then, as we'll have more baseball from here in Pocatello at Halliwell Field coming up in just a few minutes. For Jace Andrews, I'm Dan Hubbard. Thanks for listening. We're back with Game 5 of 6 here from Halliwell in just a little bit. Stay with us. We're back in just a few minutes here on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. No portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. Thank you for joining us for this sports presentation on MyLocalRadio.com.